Hello students, my name is Sandeep Kumar Sani and today our topic is evolution of microprocessor. In evolution of microprocessor, we have studied a different generations of microprocessor and how the microprocessor starts and their basic block diagram of your computer. In basic block diagram of your computer, you have your input devices, output devices, and memories, how it is connected, which will we discuss in today lectures. So first of all, I share your PPT so you can easily understand uh, what is evolution and what is the generation of microprocessor. Wait a moment, I am sharing your PPT. Our topic is on your evolution of microprocessor and uh, your your generations. First is your block diagram of your computer. The basic block diagram of computer is as shown in your displays or laptop or mobile phone, what devices you are using for your lectures. And in this block diagram, there are different parts. First is your this is your control unit and ALU. This is your input devices, and this is your output devices, and this part is your memory. Control unit is your microprocessor, which is used to control your all operation of your computer. ALU is used to perform the arithmetic and logic operations. Input devices which you use just like to provide the input to your computer. What is, for example, what is your input devices? Input devices just like your pen drive. This is your input devices, or and output devices. Output devices which the output is obtained from the computer, just like your displays, your projectors, your printers. This is your output devices, and this is your memory. If a microprocessor want to save any data, or if you want to store any large number of data, then the external hard disk are connected with your microprocessor. So with the help of hard disk, microprocessor can address the each location of your memory, so it can store the data on particular locations. This is your basic block diagram of your computer. This part is your CPU, that is your control processing unit. This is your single chip in which there is ALU and control unit is formed. This is your microprocessor, 8085 microprocessor, which we already discussed in our architecture. The different part there, accumulators, flag registers, different registers, and ALU unit and time and control unit. All are come under in CPU. Input device is used to provide the input to your microprocessor, and output devices is processing output which we obtain, just like your loudspeaker, displays. They all are your output devices. And memory is two types: your RAM, ROM, or your hard disk. This is your memories. Next is evolution of microprocessor. Evolution of microprocessor totally depend upon your number of transistors which are used in particular microprocessor. For example, in starting 8086, which is formed in 1974, the 6000 transistors are used in this particular microprocessor, and data width is 8 bit. That means your data bus is 8 bit, and 2 megahertz frequency is used in 8080 microprocessor. After that, 8085 microprocessor, we are studying in this semester, which are formed in 1976, and 6500 transistors are used in 8085 microprocessor. That are 8 bit data bus we are using in microprocessor, and 5 megahertz clock speed which are using. Clock clock speeds depend upon the processing speed of your microprocessor and your transistors. The as much longer the number of transistors are formed in single chips, that means the speed of processing is increased. As you are seen in, that is 8085 86, then after that 88, then 80286, 803886, then 80486. This is your generations of microprocessor which designed which we are designed according to their years. And as you show that their number of transistors are increasing as the generation is increasing. As your processor is increasing, the level of processor is increasing, the number of transistors is also increasing, and number of clock speed is also increasing. 8085.2 megahertz frequencies, 2 megahertz clock speed, or in Pentium 4 the speed increased by 1.5 gigahertz. So the speed is very much increases between 8080 to Pentium 4. Pentium 1 is launched in 1993, in which there is 1300 transistors are used. In this there are two formed, there 32-bit and 64-bit. Both two processors are formed in Pentium 1. After that, Pentium 2, there are 64-bit processors and 233 megahertz frequencies are used in Pentium 2 processor. After that, in Pentium 3, 450 megahertz frequencies are used. After the Pentium 4, that is 1.5 gigahertz processors are used. Pentium 4 are formed in 2020. This is here evolution of microprocessor, how microprocessor are increases by year by year. So you can say that the speed of microprocessor increasing by day. According to the transistor increasing, the speed is also increasing. Next is generation of microprocessor. In microprocessor are divided in different generations, so we can easily understand the path, we can say that, or levels of microprocessor. First of all, in starting, their first microprocessor formed in between 1940 to 1956. That is your first generation of microprocessor. In first generation, the vacuum tubes are used. In starting, the electronics devices are not formed at that time. The semiconductor devices are not formed, and first generation, their vacuum tubes are used. So with the help of vacuum tube, the computer are formed. As you can hear that the first computer are formed as bigger at your home, your room. So this is your first generation microprocessor. This is performed just arithmetic adding operation performed and subtraction operation performed. In next generation are started in 1956 to 1963. In second generation, there is transistors are termed in transistor and semiconductor device, diode, transistor, vacuum tubes. Then diode and transistors and replace your vacuum tubes. So and the overall cost of your computer is reduces, and the speed of computer is increases, because the speed of semiconductor devices as much more than vacuum tube. This is generation is term under 1956 to 1963, and in this generation, the vacuum tubes are replaced by transistors and diodes. With the help of logic circuits and diodes, the computer are formed. The size of computer are reduced in second generation as compared to your first generation. Third generation. In third generation, the integrated circuits are formed. Integrated circuits are just like the transistor. Number of transistors formed in single chips. So we can say that the size of computer is more reduced, and the speed of transistor is speed of microprocessor is increased in third generation as compared to second generation. This is a main part of in third generation, that is transistors are replaced by your integrated circuits. So the particular operation are performed by your peripheral devices. Suppose we have a microprocessor in which there are 7,000 transistors formed, and 7,000 transistors require large area, but in a single chip IC required less area. That's why the overall size of microprocessor are reduced in third generation. So in first generation the size is very much high. In second generation the size is reduces. In third generation again the transistor replaces by your integrated circuit, though, so that the size of microprocessor are more reduced, and the speed of microprocessor is increases. There are separate integrated circuits just like a keyboard control devices, your RAM or your DMA controller, and input output device control ICs. They are separate integrated ICs for their separate operations. This is the function of your third generation. After that there is fourth generation. In fourth generation the processor is more more superior, and number of transistors are or more increases in fourth generation. The most probably microprocessor used in fourth generation, that is 80386, that is 64-bit microprocessor. The fourth generation started in 1971, and the speed of fourth generation is much more higher than speed of third generation. In whole world, we are speed is running in two parts. Just first increase the speed of microprocessor. Second is reduce the size of microprocessor. There are two main parts in which the development, or we can say research, was termed out. First is to reduce the speed, reduce the size, and second is increase the speed. In fourth generation, the size of microprocessor reduced and the number of transistors is increases, so that the speed of microprocessor is increases. And IBM formed their processor, most probably processor in and 80386 microprocessor is most probably used in fourth generations. Next is fifth generation. Fifth generation, presently we are using, or our processor just like Auto-Dur or dual-to-core processor we are using in presently we are in a fifth generation. Or in fifth generation, there are voice recognition by microprocessor are termed in fifth generation, and parallel processing, a single microprocessor perform different operations, that all are termed in fifth generation. And there is artificial neural network as termed in fifth generation, and maximum microprocessor formed is 64-bit, and their clock speed is 1.5 gigahertz in fifth generation, so that the speed of microprocessor is more increases, and the size of microprocessor is as less reduced than your fourth generation. This is a function of your fifth generation. There are different generation, as we can already study in last slide. In first generation, the size of microprocessor is very much large, and the speed of microprocessor is very slow, because there is very less speed of clock signals and less number of data bits. After that, the vacuum tubes are replaced by your transistor in second generation. In second generation, the speed of microprocessor is increases, because in the vacuum tube there are large number of losses, but which are replaced by your transistors. So the size of microprocessor is reduced, and the weight is also reduced as compared to first generation. In third generation, the transistors are replaced by integrated circuits. And the speed of microprocessor is more increased. In fourth generation, there is main microprocessor are used, that is 803 microprocessor are used, and the number of transistors are much more increases in fourth generation, that is started from 1971 to present area. And in fifth generation, there are artificial intelligence terms and voice recognition and parallel processing. They are terms in fifth generations. This is your generation of microprocessor. Next is your applications of microprocessor. There are different applications of microprocessor, just like consumer applications, home appliances, automotive electronics. In home appliances, we are using in refrigerator, cooling, your motors, audio video system, mobiles, remote control devices. This is your home appliances. Consumer appliances, just like your toys, in your remote control jar. That is your consumer electronics. Just like if we want to convert audio signal into audio signal to electrical signal, then microphone is used. After that, microphone, the electrical signal is converted into digital form, and the digital form are processed by microprocessor. That means the processing unit is termed in the microprocessor. And automotive electronics, powertrain, or your security system or dashboard. This is your applications of microprocessors. Thank you. If anybody have any doubt regarding this topic or any topic, you can call me, message me, WhatsApp me, or mail me according to your convenience. Thank you.